So for Tuesday, the 20th, we only have 2 problems that we're adding to it. This is similar to last Friday's, except we have 2 things in parentheses. But Friday, we found out if we multiply times the reciprocal, we can get rid of the fraction. So when it's out front, we are multiplying. So as long as you multiply the same thing on both sides, you can do it. So since 6 is not divisible by 7, neither is 4, instead of distributing, there's 2 things that you can do. One, you can multiply times just 7 on both sides and get rid of that denominator and end up with negative 8 times 7, which is negative 56. Or multiply times the reciprocal, and that's what I'm going to do. And 7 over 6. So, of course, the 7's cancel, the 6's cancel, and we end up with 6 minus 4j equals, and then 7/6 times negative 8 is actually still going to be a fraction. So just to show you in the calculator, for those that want to do in the calculator, you do alpha x and let's see, alpha x, get a fraction, and 7 over 6, move over, times negative 8, and it will multiply and reduce for you. So negative 28 over 3. So the 3 comes from, because 2 can come out of 8 and 6. And then 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 times 7 is 28. Of course, negative 4 times 7 is negative 28. So we end up with negative 28 over 3. So then, to get rid of the 6, we are going to do the opposite. So the opposite of adding 6 is subtracting 6. If you are doing this by hand, when you subtract 6, you need to have the same denominator. So our denominator is 3, and 3 times 6 is 18. So we're actually going to subtract 18, and then you can subtract those 2, which is actually going to be adding. Or, since we already have the negative 28 over 3 in the calculator, if we subtract 6 from that, so I just push minus 6, it will do all the algebra for, or do the math for us. So negative 28, basically plus negative 18, give you that negative 46, and it's still over 3. So we end up with negative 4j equals negative 46 over 3. And then the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 4. If we're doing it in a fraction like this, so when we divide, that's the same thing as multiplying times 1 over negative 4. So you're going to be dividing 4 into the 46. So we can take out 2, and 46 divided by 2 is 23. And so, and then that turns into 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. So negative 6. Of course, as most of you, I would put that in the calculator as a reminder of all your fractions. So in the calculator, you would have your answer that we already put in there, and then I would simply hit divide. And it would take that answer, and I'm dividing by negative 4. And then press enter. And so it was a negative and negative, so that is supposed to be plus. So it's 23 over 6. So it gives you the answer, as long as you're doing each step. And with one that doesn't quite go through, I totally would do that. Okay, 1/2. Again, 1/2 can't go into either one of these, but you can distribute. And so 1/2 doesn't go into the 15 either. But if we multiply times the the reciprocal of 1/2, reciprocal means that you flip, you're going to multiply times 2. So 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. And then 3m minus 4, because 1/2 of 2 is 1. It goes away. So then add 4. And negative 26. And the signs are opposite. You subtract and take the sign of the larger number. 3m. So to tell if something is divisible by 3, other than the calculators, you add the two numbers together, 2 plus 6, which is 8. And if that number is divisible by 3, then the whole number is divisible by 3. So that answer is no. So when you divide, if you put that in the calculator, negative 26 over 3, that's what you're going to get. So m equals negative 26 over 3. Again, I would like you to keep them in an improper fraction. Do not change it to a mixed number, even though Get More Math will accept mixed numbers. And that's it for today. So real quick, if you wanted to do